I'm not happy to have the problem, but I'm happy to have the resources, the existence of this FEGS agency
They have
to help me.
always been there for me, and anything I need, they find a way
The feeling
to help.
was like, suddenly I have a family. That's how the feeling was. Suddenly you have the aunt and the sister and the mother, everybody's helping you.
During the holidays, I usually get from FEGS a package of foods, which is just the thought alone makes me feel very good.
These are the voices of our community, our people. And when someone in our community faces a crisis, there is a special place they can turn to. FEGS, Health and Human Services System. Their problems are the kind that can touch any one of us. They are challenges that bring life-altering changes. When Gloria heard the words, "You have cancer," it affected her life in profound ways.
It was a shock. I never thought that I would get cancer. I never thought that I would be so sick. I thought that someday I would just die, or a heart attack, or, you know, die of old age. Emotionally, I said, why me? We might be losing the house. And these good people are trying to figure out how to help us. I don't know what I would do without FEGS. They are very, very delicate, very gentle, and they help. Rabbi Laban said, what can I do for you? How can I help you? So I said, well, besides praying for me, can you see what you could do about calling my son? I have had a strained relationship with my son, and it's so important for me to rectify this, because I figured I'm dying. I don't know how much time I have, and I just want to make it right.
Ever since her son was married, she has not spoken to her son or her daughter-in-law, and there are many family issues involved. I simply suggested, well, how about if I make a phone call? That one phone call really led to a total reconciliation, and she was able to see the grandchild, which she just had.
I see my grandson, and that's so good. That's delicious.
There are two aspects of healing. It's not curing, it's healing. Refuat HaNefesh and Refuat HaGuf. The healing of the soul, the spirit, and the healing of the body. And of course, we're here in order to try to effectuate a healing of the spirit.
I feel special knowing the people of FEGS.
Gloria is now getting the assistance she needs through many FEGS programs, such as Partners in Caring, that are linked to communities through Long Island synagogues. 10 or 20 years ago, many of the services FEGS provides didn't exist, but the needs did. David has been living with HIV/AIDS for almost 17 years. His story is one of despair, discovery, and ultimately of survival.
I can never really forget that I have this illness, because I have to start every morning taking 12 pills. I never know exactly how the day is going to go. Sometimes I'll have side effects, sometimes I won't. I thought there was no hope. I had nobody, and I had no family, and most of my friends had passed away. FEGS has become my family. It's nice to know that Jewish organizations, Jewish people are there for me. It's brought me a sense of peace, because I never knew anything about my religion growing up. My family never really practiced. It's a comfort to know that at this point in my life, and with this illness, that I have the support of the Jewish community. FEGS has given us a place where we can all meet, and we can all have group counseling to share our experiences, share our pain, share our joy, basically support each other. We have a main person, his name's Stephen, who oversees the group and keeps us focused.
David's been involved with the group for several years, and has gone from somebody who perhaps was very quiet about his diagnosis, really didn't want anybody to know, assumed he was going to die early on, and is now here. At this point, it's got to be more than 18 years that he's living with HIV. And, you know, for him to have the courage to do what he's doing, to live his life, and to be more open about his HIV, I think is a tremendous thing.
Everybody needs something in life to be passionate about. For so many years, I didn't know what to do, running from this disease and getting myself involved in things that I shouldn't have been doing just because of pain. When I found gardening, being able to put my hands in black soil and having control in whether these things live or die, and I want them to live. I can make them live. I love doing what I do, and I love that feeling of watching them bloom. It gives me the passion to want to live.
Today, FEGS is Long Island's leader in offering Jewish family services. With the vital support of UJA Federation, private and public foundations, and others, we provide a vast array of assistance across Long Island. That's what Hadassah found at FEGS for herself and her children when she became the sole breadwinner after the difficult breakup of her marriage.
I'm going to visit Hadassah and her family today to see how they're doing. Hadassah came to FEGS about 5 years ago. They were going through a family crisis, a financial crisis, and FEGS has been able to be here for her to offer counseling services, financial assistance, career assistance, also through our volunteer services to bring her food when the family needed food and help her get her back on her feet.
The money situation was very hard. The living situation, we were all living in one room. And on top of that, when everything, you think that you're struggling for money and educating your kids, and because I become very religious, I want all my kids to go to yeshiva. Then that was another struggle because yeshiva costs money. I wasn't willing to send my kids to the public school. I really needed to be connected to some kind of organization that will direct me, and FEGS, that's what they did. They tell me, write all the skills that you have, life skills, and then they combined it, and then they directed me what I should be doing, and they realized that computers is going to be the one thing that I should be learning, and they directed me that way. There is no thanks enough that I can put, you know, it's like beautiful, beautiful people that you feel like a genuine souls, you know, like God sends you messengers in the sky, and they're like God's hands, but they're real people.
Ellen Sheeran is one of hundreds of FEGS volunteers who make it possible for FEGS to reach out across Long Island and to enable caregivers like Sam to maintain their connection to the Jewish community.
I wanted to really make a difference in other people's lives. I have found that volunteering is tremendously rewarding because as much as I help others, they help me. I love to be able to give back. I'm now making a Shabbat basket to bring over to an elderly gentleman who otherwise would not have a wonderful Shabbat. I have my chicken cooking in the oven. I put some challah in, some other goodies, some nice desserts. This really means a lot to me to know that somebody else is enjoying their Shabbat as much as I am. Somebody who really would not be able to if I didn't actually do what I'm doing.
Some time ago, I had gone to the offices. I'd seen Ellen and talked to her and told her of my situation and my wife's malady and what I was up against. And she was very, very helpful in putting things in places to help me out. My wife had her stroke April 1st, 2000, and they told me at the rehab center, after being treated by the nursing staff and the aides, they told me, all right, Mr. Schechter, now it's all up to you. You can do it all. I said, I can do it all? All of these people did? Well, you might need a little help, a little aid, but that's what happens, and then everything falls on you. During the holidays, I usually get from FEGS a package of foods, which is just the thought alone makes me feel very good. Very, very important, more important than you can realize. It's almost a matter of helping to stave off a depression. Because when you're by yourself, and you're coping with the situation as a caregiver, you don't have much leeway or much free time. So you're on duty practically 24 hours a day. Very big difference to know that there are people that are concerned.
Join us in our commitment to create a song of hope for tomorrow that will echo across Long Island for generations to come. Make your voice heard, change the future, and help us ensure that each and every individual in our community has the chance for a life filled with promise, with hope, and with dignity.